let's go through some of these solutions and make sure they're making sense and we know what we're doing. One of the most important things, I think, when you're looking at problems like this is just to not get overwhelmed with all the pieces and start somewhere. Narrow down something that you can do, pay attention to what the property is, and then just go with it. Doesn't necessarily need to be the perfect first step or the easiest first step, but if you get making progress, then you'll at least recognize maybe some other pieces and ways you can go to finish the problem up. So I'm not going to do every one, but I am going to look at several of these. So if we start with number 1, again, there's a few options we could go with, but if we look right here at the top in this numerator, hopefully we recognize that by just focusing on this, we see multiplication. And we should know when we multiply with exponents, we add the exponents. Now keep in mind the numbers in front, the large numbers, the coefficients, we're still just multiplying like normal. So 3 times 4 gives us 12. And then we'll add the exponents. So 2 plus 3 gives us 5. I'm just going to bring the denominator along. So now when we look at this, this is division. When we divide with exponents, we're going to divide the coefficients. So 12 divided by 6 is 2. And when we divide with exponents, we subtract. So 5 minus, we don't see anything, so that's a 1. 5 minus 1 is 4. And so our answer will be 2x to the 4th. There's no other operations here, so nothing else that we can simplify. If we look at number 2, right, again, if we sort of look in the top and we look in the bottom is the one that we have some work to do with. So if we deal with the denominator first, addition tells us that when we add, if the exponents and base are the same, then we can just add the coefficients in front. So 2 plus 4 gives us 6, right? The exponent stays the same. And that numerator I'm just going to bring along. Now I have division. So when we divide, we're going to divide the numbers in front. In this case, we're just going to simplify it. So 10 over 6 will reduce each of those by 2, so we'll get 5 over 3. Then we'll subtract the exponents. 3 minus 4 gives us negative 1. Because it's negative, we write it in the denominator. That's its correct placement, so nothing else we need to do there. Number 3, I'm not going to work all the way out, but again, my recommendation would be that you start here with the numerator. Just make sure that when you look at this one, you give the exponent to the coefficient. Don't just take 3 times 3, but take 3 to the 3rd power. Number 4, sort of looking at the numerator and looking at the denominator, we have multiplication happening in the denominator that we could do some simplifying with. So if we look at the denominator, it doesn't matter that this has A's and B's and this just has A's, right? We said with multiplication, we can multiply any of it. So we're multiplying things that are alike. So 2 times 4 becomes an 8. A times A squared, right? We're going to add exponents. There's really a 1 there. So 1 plus 2 gives us a 3. That B just comes along. There's nothing to combine it with, but it's still there. Now we have division. So 4 divided by 8 is going to give us 1/2. When we divide, we subtract with exponents. We need to watch our signs here. So negative 2 minus 3. That will give us a negative 5. Negatives go on the denominator. Again, the B has nothing to sort of put with it, so the B just stays put. You're going to use that exact same idea on 5. We don't have to do any multiplying on bottom, so we're just going to do the piece that we did here, where we just have Y's to combine as well. Number 6, this is a longer label, but notice those exponents match. So it doesn't matter that it's multiple variables, right? As long as the label matches, then we're good. So we can take these coefficients and just add them. 12 plus 8 gives us 20, and then the label stays the same because that's our rule when we add with exponents. Everything else sort of going down the list should take care of it. So you can pause the video if you want, take a few minutes to finish up, make sure you're good, and then come back and press play again, and I'll have the answer key for you. So if we go through all the problems here, sorry, my pen kind of kept running out, but so for number 1, we should have 2x to the 4th, 2, 5 over 3y, 3 is 3y to the 3w to the 3rd, 4, 1 over 2a to the 5th b, 5 is 1x to the 4th, or just x to the 4th over 5, 6 is 20x squared y to the 3rd, 7 is 9, 8 is 1 over 8, 9 is negative 96 x to the 4th y to the 3rd, 10 is 2x to the 5th all over y, 11 is 9x to the 4th over 10y to the 5th, and 12 is 1.